The beginning of change. You want to change your life. Everyone does. But most people never will, not because they lack potential, but because they underestimate the power of doing one small thing, every single day. Change doesn't start big. It starts quiet. It starts boring. It starts with one habit. The habit that changes everything isn't glamorous. It's not dramatic. It's not exciting. It's simple. Consistent. Predictable. It's the thing you do when you don't feel like it. The choice you make when no one's watching. The routine you repeat until it becomes who you are. Discipline isn't built in the moment of motivation, it's built in repetition. Every time you show up when it's easier not to, you're training your mind to trust you. Every day you follow through, you're telling your future self, I keep my word. And that's the habit that changes everything, not the act itself, but the belief it builds. See, you think habits are about results. But they're not. They're about identity. Because when you do something long enough, you stop trying, you start becoming. The habit doesn't just change your day. It changes your definition of yourself. It's not about reading one book. It's about becoming someone who reads. Not about working out once. It's about becoming someone who doesn't quit. Not about winning one time. It's about becoming someone who expects to win. The habit isn't the goal. It's the foundation. The power of small wins. Change doesn't happen when you do something once. It happens when you do it long enough for it to become normal. The most powerful habits don't transform you overnight. They reshape you quietly through small, invisible victories that compound over time. You won't always see the progress. And that's what makes it hard. You'll show up for days, weeks, months, and feel like nothing's changing. But beneath the surface, everything is. Habits are like gravity. At first, they pull you down. They feel heavy, inconvenient, exhausting. But once you build momentum, they start pulling you forward. The same routine that once drained you becomes the thing that defines you. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll wake up and notice you're not forcing it anymore. You are it. That's how transformation happens, slowly. Then suddenly. It's not one big moment. It's 1,000 small ones that stack quietly in your favor. You don't get stronger from one workout. You get stronger from showing up when it's hard. You don't become confident from one win. You become confident by keeping promises to yourself. You don't build momentum from one leap. You build it from 1,000 small steps in the same direction. The key isn't intensity. It's consistency. Anyone can do something once with passion. But only a few can do it every day with purpose. Because the secret isn't just discipline, it's devotion. Discipline gets you started. Devotion keeps you going. When the excitement fades. When the results feel far away. When motivation is gone, devotion is what whispers, keep going anyway. And that's where most people stop. Right before the shift. Right before the breakthrough. Right before the habit becomes identity. Don't quit before the change compounds. Because every repetition you think doesn't matter is one more brick in the foundation of who you're becoming. The identity shift. At some point, your habits stop being tasks, they start becoming truths. Because every time you follow through, you're not just building discipline, you're building evidence. Evidence that you're reliable. Evidence that you're capable. Evidence that you can trust yourself. And that evidence becomes identity. Confidence doesn't come from affirmations. It comes from proof. From looking back at everything you've done and realizing you've earned the right to believe in yourself. You don't have to convince yourself anymore. You've shown yourself. That's why habits matter. Because you can't fake consistency. You can't cheat repetition. You can't talk your way around action. The habit that changes everything isn't glamorous. It's the one that teaches you to show up, especially when it's hard. Because showing up is more than effort. It's a declaration. A statement to your future self that says, I don't give up on me. That's the shift. You stop chasing motivation and start living from momentum. You stop needing confidence. Because consistency is confidence. Every time you repeat the right thing, you rewrite the story of who you are. You stop being someone who tries and start being someone who does. And when you become that person, everything changes. Because success doesn't happen when you achieve the goal. It happens the moment you become the kind of person who doesn't quit until it's done. That's what makes habits powerful, they reprogram your belief system. It's not about I hope I can. It's about I always do. It's not about I'll try. It's about I am. And the more you repeat it, the more you believe it. Until one day, you stop wondering if you can change, because you already have. Becoming the habit, the real magic of change isn't in what you do, it's in who you become because you kept doing it. Every small choice you repeat is a vote for the person you're becoming. Every habit you build is a quiet promise to your future. Every moment you stay consistent is another brick in the identity you're constructing. Because one day, you'll look back and realize you're not trying anymore. You've become the person you used to look up to. You'll realize that confidence isn't something you chase, it's something you practice. That success isn't found in giant leaps, it's found in faithful steps. That greatness isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters, over and over again. You'll start to notice the small things, how your patience has grown, how your focus is sharpened, how your energy feels different. You'll realize that the old version of you, the one that struggled to stay consistent, is gone. Not because you hated them, but because you outgrew them. And all it took was one simple habit repeated long enough to change the way you see yourself. That's the habit that changes everything. Not the one that impresses others, but the one that strengthens your soul. It's the habit of showing up, of keeping your word, of refusing to let your emotions decide your effort. Because the truth is, you won't always feel inspired, but you can always be consistent. You won't always feel ready, but you can always take the next step. You won't always feel strong, but you can always show up one more time. That's the secret. The smallest effort repeated daily is stronger than the biggest dream done rarely. And that's why the habit that changes everything isn't about what you do once, it's about what you never stop doing. Because transformation doesn't come from intensity. It comes from integrity. From the quiet commitment to keep showing up until the person you practice being becomes the person you truly are.